Hello, we're up here in upstate South Carolina on National Forest property, and we actually have permit to be on this creek. It's National Forest land, and so there is some stipulations that we have to abide by, and one of them is we can't use dredges, we can't use sluice boxes, we just have to basically use gold pans, small trowel shovels, and so we're going to stick with the rules. We're going to do what we're supposed to do, and it'll be a little more challenging, but we're going to see if we can find some gold this morning. So let's get started and see what we can get into. The key here is we have a little island here in the middle. So Chris is over there on one side of this island as the water comes down, and the gold's going to settle somewhere in this little island. When we do have a flood, gold will settle here.
At least that's what we're thinking.
That's what we're thinking. So we're gonna dig down, try to get down as far as we can, because the gold's probably gonna be down near the bedrock, or it could be just a little bit lower and maybe a gravel layer. So let's see what we can find.
I'm actually panning this down kind of fast. We're just doing some sampling around to see if we might find a flake or two. So I'm just doing it kind of fast to see what this creek has to offer. It may not offer nothing, we don't know, but this is just a process of elimination, just trying to find a decent spot to go on the creek. If nothing else, I said earlier, we're just adults playing in the creek. Everybody loved to play when they was younger. We loved to play when we were older.
Something I want to show y'all. This creek is loaded with black sand. And that's thick. And I haven't got down there to see what's below it, but of course, gold's below it. But I mean, I may have put 8 scoops of that size in this a while ago, and that's a lot of black sand. So we're hopeful here.
Well, how this all began, it was just an idea. I was watching videos one day of metal detecting. I've always been into the outdoors. I love being outdoors, and I got to watching. Actually, some of the first videos I watched was of Nugget Noggin, and I really got into his metal detecting part of it. And me and Steven was at work one day, and I told him about watching some of the videos, and we got to watching them, and we both wanted to get detectors, and we wanted to have a YouTube channel. And we come up to we were racking our brains to try to think of a name, and one of the ladies at work, she came up with Southern Relics, and we liked it. She didn't mind us using that name, so that's kind of how it all started as far as Southern Relics is concerned. Well, if I remember correctly, it was still cool, but I think it was in 2015 when it began. We went and bought some metal detectors, and I started out with a Garrett Ace 350 is what I started out with, and then I upgraded to the AT Pro. But the first videos I believe we got, I had the Ace 350, and the very first video, my dad was in it. My dad actually passed away this past Thanksgiving, so it's kind of cool that I got that on video. I can go back and watch, and you'll see a little funny thing where he threw a coin down at me, and I didn't see him throw it down, and then I was sitting there looking for it. It's pretty neat. Well, I believe it was back in 2016. We got together and we went to Selma, Alabama. It's a lot of history there. It goes all the way back to the Civil War, and that's one of the reasons we wanted to pick that area. And when we got there, first thing we did was we stopped by a Train Depot Museum. Beth Spivey was the lady that runs it, and very, 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 very nice lady. She told us a lot about the history and stuff that goes there, that went on there, and told us some spots that we could have hit. And you know, we didn't have a whole lot of luck. Of course, we didn't have the luck there that we wanted to have, but we still had a great time. We ended up spending 3 or 4 days out there, I believe, and we got in touch. We went by the courthouse there and talked to the judge, and come to find out, he's into old cars. I was into old cars. We sit there and talk for a minute, and he actually took us to his house, showed us around, showed us some of the old cars that he's collected and restored, and it was a very nice collection. And then he told us that we could go to the city park. There's nothing that said we couldn't metal detect out there, and that's where one of the battles actually took place. And we found a couple of things. I don't remember exactly as far as coin wise or anything like that what we found, but one of the coolest things is I may or may not have found a barrel off of a musket rifle, but Jacob, our buddy, still has that. He's going to do some electrolysis here on it one day and kind of maybe find it, but it was bent, and it was probably, the barrel's probably about that long. It was bent right in the middle. Could be a story behind that, I don't know, but boy, if these items could talk, that'd be something to hear. But other than that, I mean, that's probably the furthest that we've went together and had an extremely good time. And I do recommend anybody that'd like to go to a historical area, go there and go to the Train Depot Museum, talk to Best Buy because she's awesome, and talk to the judge. Very, very great people. Everybody was courteous. And we ate at a restaurant there. I don't know what it was called, but if you like jalapeno poppers, that's the place to go. I don't remember what it's called though. The most dangerous animal inside here. Let's go touch it.
We call him a creek alien. You can tell by his eyes.
Well, I'm over here on this pretty deeper side of this creek over here. I got messed around in this dirt and I saw some hardpack down here, so I figured I'd dig through it, see if we can find anything. So problem with these waders is you can't get down in that water much or they'll fill up. I got my sleeves wet, and so water ran down inside my sleeve, and I got a little bit wet on my chest, but I'll be alright. But anyway, alright, I'm gonna pan this. I got a little current over here, but I'm gonna pan it up. There is a ginormous spider over here that I just saw, and it is, my head was literally right above it, or right below it. It's big. It's probably as big as a baseball. So I'm gonna keep my eye on him as I watch for some gold in this pan here. Where you find gold, you find black sand. But where you find black sand doesn't mean you always gonna find gold. I believe I just had to go chase my classifier down the stream, but I believe I might have something. I had to go chase that thing and I may have lost it. I may have to repan it and see if I can find it. I think it's over here in the corner. I'm gonna have to re-look for it again. Man, that's irritating. I had to run downstream just now. I believe that's one right there. I don't know if you've seen it or not. It's hard to, I'm sorry, it's hard to, got the sun beating on this thing and just trying to get a good visual. I gotta know what I'm looking at again. Man, it's so small. It's there though, I see it. Just still panning, using that little shovel. And using I've been working this little hole. I know you really can't see it, but I mean it comes up to the top of my hand there. I've been working this hole, and there's some good stuff in here. Some pretty cool rock. I'm really looking for a love to find an arrowhead. They say if we the National Forest said if we find any Indian artifacts, we've got to turn them in, which I don't mind. It would just be cool if we did it, if they let us talk to them and film it and show you guys. So anyway, we'll get back with you. I'm hoping to get on some. I think I got one piece, but I'll have to, again, hopefully that still picture showed anything. But what you got over there?
I thought this rock was pretty neat, because if you look at it, see the little pieces of quartz? You turn over, it's got that quartz stringer running through it.
Oh man, yeah, sure does.
That's all right.
Yep. That's sweet.
That's actually broken up bedrock.
Huh.
It's got the quartz stringer in it.
That's
pretty
awesome.
neat. You see the quartz coming out here?
Yep. Man, that's cool.
I think I'm gonna keep that. I like that.
Yeah, that's a neat little specimen. All right then. Well, maybe since we found something bedrock with quartz in it, maybe we'll find some gold to go with it.
That's right. We're just gonna keep looking. If we find it, we find it. If we don't, we don't. It's no big deal.
Yep.
So guys, what do you see for the future of Southern Relics? Where do you think it's going to go from here?
Well, we actually got something that we've been cooking up here in the last couple of weeks. I've been in contact with Kellyco metal detectors, and we'll put their name on the screen. Kellyco metal detectors down in Florida, and they sell more than just metal detectors. They sell a lot of prospecting gear, whether it be prospecting for gold or metal detectors or just the gear that goes with it. Matter of fact, we bought this AT Pro from them several years ago. We're happy to announce that we're getting ready to become an affiliate with Kellyco metal detectors. And what that boils down to is we'll have a link at the bottom of our videos from here on out. If any of our subscribers or viewers of our videos, if they would go down to the link below this video or any video beyond this and click on that video and say they purchase an item from Kellyco metal detectors through that link, then Southern Relics would benefit from that sale, and it would help finance some of our future adventures and allow us to go other places with gear, so that way we can provide content for you guys on YouTube.
Another thing that's going to be coming up in our future is actually next week. I believe it's next week, and we're going up to some LDMA property in North Carolina, and we're gonna try it out. We ended up getting a pass to go up there, and we're gonna try out one of their properties. And Southern Relics will be joining the LDMA here, probably. I'm not gonna say guarantee, but we probably will hear in the near future for our gold prospecting adventures, because they do have properties where we can dredge, where we can do different stuff like that. Up here, you know, it's nice to be able to come up here, but we can only use a pan and a trowel shovel. It's just very hard to prospect that way, but it's still prospecting regardless. We just enjoy doing it. So in the future, we will be having more dredging videos, because we will get on their property, and we already know that their properties are producing gold. It's not a lot, but it is gold. It's just it's something fun to see, you know, and watch our videos. It's exciting to watch our videos. We like to goof off a lot, but that's another thing that we'll be doing here in the near future.
Yeah, more goofing off.